Hey everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Resistance: Fall of Man. Resistance was Insomniac Games' next IP series they did after Ratchet and Clank. Although Insomniac didn't truly stop making Ratchet and Clank games, they would continue at least. They would continue for quite a while. But Resistance was basically the series they made on the PS3 alongside Ratchet and Clank once Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction came around, and yeah, let's get going. So, yeah, Resistance, it's a first-person shooter, it's a rated M, almost realistic game, pretty much the same way how, like, when Naughty Dog went from Jak and Daxter to Uncharted, this would be the same thing for Insomniac, really. So, we're gonna get going. Let me just look at the things here. I'll turn the subtitles on. Okay, yeah, I got my cinematics credits. This is for online multiplayer, which would probably no longer be around. Well, oh yeah, you could also do offline as well. This is if you want to do co-op. This game does have a co-op option, but we're going to do the main campaign. Resistance is only on PS3 systems. It was never given any sort of re-release whatsoever. So, I'm lucky that I have the trilogy for my PS3 still, but maybe someday Insomniac may re-release it on either PS4 or PS5, or maybe not at all. I don't know, Insomniac doesn't really like to talk about this series, that's for sure. But let's begin. We'll do it on medium. I think I'll keep it off.
The Chimeran threat began in Russia. The origin of the virus is unknown, but its effects were devastating and swift. In the 1930s, reports of biological experiments began leaking out of Russia. Then reports of villages destroyed overnight. Then entire cities. We feared the Russians had developed a weapon of unparalleled power. The truth was far worse. The Chimera stayed sealed within Russia for over a decade. Then, in 1949, they launched an attack that overwhelmed all of Europe in a matter of weeks. For several months we thought England was safe. But in October of 1950, the Chimera burrowed under the Channel. We had prepared for them, but in 3 months' time, the war was lost. We abandoned the cities to the Chimera and retreated to scattered military bases and outposts. The Chimera had won. On July the 11th, 1951, the Americans launched an assault on the eastern coast of England. On the second wave of that assault was a sergeant named Nathan Hale. The actions of that soldier have become a matter of both scrutiny and myth. What follows are the known events of his life, from July 11th to July the 14th, the day he was last seen.
July 11th, on my birthday no less. Though I wasn't born in 1951, obviously. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, hold on.
Soldiers had no idea what they would soon be facing. The US government had sealed its borders in 1950. Radio waves and newspapers became state property. Only the highest levels of their government knew the truth. The operation was an exchange. The Americans were bringing supplies and tanks into York. We were giving them our one secret weapon, something we could offer that they couldn't build themselves. I was the commander of the convoy team that was to meet the US soldiers. We were ambushed in Manchester on the way to the rendezvous. There was no way to warn the Americans. They were on their own in York, fighting an enemy they knew nothing about. We never learnt exactly what happened there. All we know is that Nathan Hale was the sole survivor.
Alright, let's go, soldier. Or in this case, we're a sergeant. We got ourselves a high ranking. The Gauntlet, Operation Deliverance, York, England, on July 11th of 1951. 6:13 GMT. I forgot what the GM stood for. It's probably 6:30. 6:30. It's probably like 8. Speak! It's probably 6:13 in the afternoon. Now that was a sound effect from Ratchet and Clank.
All in! We're getting out of here! Dabrowski! Sir, your squad! Go now! You're with me, let's go!
No subtitles, though. Alright, here we go. R1 is to fire. Here's our enemies that we were hearing about. She was referring to them as Chimera, but the American term would be Chimera. Oh, I picked up some carbine round. So the carbine here, your standard assault rifle. It'll get you through almost anything. Press circle to throw your grenades. They do a good job of what they need to do. Square is to reload, but I'm already at full ammo. Oh yeah, there's a jump button. So X is to jump. It'll teach you the other stuff. Triangle is to melee. L1 is your secondary fire. Whoops. L2 is to crouch. Hold R2 if you want to change your weapons. Press R3 if you want to go into aim mode. I accidentally wasted a good secondary fire, which is pretty good to have on the carbine. But let's keep going. Come on, soldiers. We don't know what these Chimera are, but we're gonna fight. You can't sprint. I thought you could sprint. Who needs air support? We can do it. Okay, we need air support. Should be coming up against some Chimeras soon. Yep. I see them. There we go. Be sure to always go for those headshots. Except in the case of the Chimera here, they'll take multiple headshots with weaker weapons. Hold still. You're going to be a tricky one, aren't you? There we go. Most Chimera shots are easy to dodge. I am low on health. Is it not going to regenerate? Or is it going to tell me about that later? Alright, well, we got to go through here carefully. Well, I hope that counts. I think I do have to go upstairs, but I need to... There we go. I need to at least stay down and pick up more carbine rounds, and not to mention try to stay alive. There we go. That's what I need. Some grenades. You can't go wrong with explosives. And my health, I think, is slowly regenerating, but it's not regenerating fast enough. Oh! Thank God, you guys scared me. I thought I spoke a little too soon. I see him. I know you're there. Come on, pop your head out. Yeah, I see you. There we go. Should be safe to go in. Okay. Okay, this is where we were earlier shooting them. Oh shit. Double shit. I should say, your melee attacks are actually quite strong. They will either one-shot or, if not one-shot, still just do some hard, severe damage. I do not want to play Ring Around the Rosie with you. Shit. We hardly started and then that happens. How far back will that put me? Back here? Really?
They've gotten up on us!
Well, that was... Well, I was going to say that was the only one on the balcony, but no. You can't always go in guns a-blazing, but sometimes you can. Good thing these guys aren't bulletproof. Alright, well, we know what happens here, so let's go pick up our ammo. So, 140 bullets is the max amount we can carry. There we go. Make short work of them. Always try to, as best as you can, well, I nearly died. This is bad. I need to look around. Just in case, because there is health pickups, but they're not introduced till later, which bugs me. Okay, we got a checkpoint at least. Finally, we got our first weapon that is not a human weapon. It's a Chimera weapon. The Bullseye. The Bullseye is the Chimeran main battle rifle. It has a rapid cyclic rate and a high damage capacity. Pressing L1 fires a homing tag. Once a foe is marked, the tag will draw the Bullseye's primary fire. Skillful placement of the tag allows entire magazines of ammunition to be placed on a target from the safety of cover. It is also very effective against fast-moving targets. The Bullseye is a standard, tap R2 if you want to switch between your weapons quickly. You're probably going to rely a lot on both your carbine and the Bullseye. The Bullseye, though, is a very effective weapon. It gets more effective in later games. It can be hard. First time going through this level can be hard because there's no health. It doesn't introduce the health till later. All right, here we go. Let's try this again.
More of the head!
Let me see if I can demonstrate the tag. Yep, see how even though he was behind cover, the bullets still found their mark? Yeah, see? Bullseye, pretty handy. Very handy. More handy than you'll think it is. It's simple but effective. That's just what makes it so useful. Okay, I guess we go through here. Oh no. These are bullseye ammo. Okay. Then... oh, we climb over all this rubble. Are we at the end? Okay. That takes care of them. Okay, we gotta go down there, but before we do...
Looks like your squad got it back. Come on.
Alright, off to the bus depot. Be careful, because we're... There's gonna be some nasty things coming along the way. Whenever the screen blurs like that, that means that's the end.
Captain, you seeing this? What the hell is that?
No one knows exactly how Hale was infected by the Chimeran virus. Our only clue is a journal entry recovered from the body of a US medic. It says that he encountered a number of comatose soldiers in a dry creek bed. One of the soldiers, a sergeant, suddenly woke up. Unlike the other soldiers, his body had no wounds at all. The sergeant refused any kind of medical examination, insisting on catching up to the rest of the company. If that sergeant was in fact Nathan Hale, then he remains the only known person to wake up after being infected. Whether the Chimeran virus mutated within him, or whether his body had an innate resistance to it, remains a mystery.
Resistance, and we're playing the game Resistance. A lone survivor. York, England at 7:47 GMT. It's still July 11th. I'm going to stop in just a bit, so once it gets loading and yeah. So the way that levels work, though, is that it's like split into chapters, as I'll put it. We're still in chapter 1, I believe, but it's split into chapters, but then there's like parts. This is like the second part of chapter 1, I think.
Hey, Sarge, you alright? They told me Arrow 2 was wiped out. Come on.
Well, alright, hold on. Let me get my bearings. Alright, right here will do. Wait. Alright, here's your pause screen. Your options, as always. Documents you can find throughout the game. Gives you information on stuff that you may or may not need to know. We'll go over the Chimera bits later. Vehicles, intelligence, yeah. We haven't found intelligent documents, though. Extras. Skill points, just like in any other Insomniac game. Skill points will unlock they'll unlock like bonus stuff. And some of them are in like specific levels, as you can see here. And your rewards once you get a certain amount of skill points. And saving and quitting. So, that will do for this episode of Resistance. I'm not going to call it Resistance Fall of Man. Like, just Resistance 1 will do. But, yeah, that'll do for this episode of Resistance. I hope you all will probably enjoy this. I don't want to say I've been looking forward to doing Resistance, but I've been knowing that, this day was coming to do it, and I hope doing it might give it some recognition, or like it might create a spark of some kind to like get a renewal of interest or whatever. Not that I want to do anything like that in the first place. So join me next time as we join this combat medic and make our way through to meet up with the squad at the bus depot. So that is it, and I will see you guys next time.